Stephen Correño, Crawford Sports. We're here with the great Larry Merchant. It's good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Man, you know, we got Terrence Crawford against Israel Madrimov, you know, moving up in weight. Phenomenal fighter, you know, maybe once in a generation. When was like your first memory of Terrence Crawford?
Well, he was a kind of a skinny lightweight of some kind, and was a very good boxer. We didn't really know what his high limit would be. We hadn't seen him with a well-known fighter yet, but he sure has exceeded my expectation.
Is this fight, you know, obviously everyone's kind of looking past it, looking at the Canelo fight, but Israel Madrimov is a real guy at 154 pounds, you know, a guy who kind of melts down to make the weight, you know, is looking at Terrence Crawford Canelo maybe a little premature, being that we have this fight against a dangerous opponent?
Well, my assumption is that both the Crawford and the Canelo people know how big a fight would be between them. I mean, make staggering amounts of money. So, having been around the game a long time, my expectation is that they're not overmatching him.
That being said, if you know he does get past Saturday night with the win, right, and we do get Crawford versus Canelo, that's a big jump still, right? It's still two divisions, 14 pounds.
Yes, it is. I don't know if there'll be some kind of weight agreement or not, but it is. It's a jump. But there's an old saying in boxing, if you're going to lose, you might as well get paid a lot of money for it.
You know, another saying in boxing is, you know, the good little guy loses to the good big guy, right? Is that kind of, can you apply that to this, being that Crawford is kind of like really great, really? Well, they're both great.
Yeah, but he's a smaller, quicker guy, and age has affected Canelo, as it would any fighter who's fought as often as he has. And but he's one of those guys who thinks it's great to want to be great, and he gets out there and he works his tush off. And he really trains hard. That's the hard part for older fighters. But he wants it badly. So I imagine he'll come to fight. Crawford will be smaller and he'll attack Crawford. And Crawford will use his boxing ability and his punching ability. I just want to see it.
You know, we do have Canelo versus Berlanga next, a fight that, you know, didn't have a whole lot of fanfare, you know, going into it yet. I mean, what are your thoughts on Canelo?
I really don't know the opponent. I just know Canelo and how he has been such a dogged, tough, hard guy who trains as if his life depended on it for every fight. And you have to respect that. And so far, it's done pretty well with it.
Does Canelo deserve the criticism he gets for not facing David Benavidez, being that obviously he's already had a Hall of Fame career, but, you know, he still has the titles, so David is the next best guy?
I think the criticism is justified. But if he bypasses the criticism because he can make tens of millions of dollars, that's the game.
Is there any fighter that Larry Merchant's like, oh man, like I have to watch this guy? Is there, like, I don't know, like a group of fighters that you're like, must watch TV, I'm canceling what I'm doing, I'm watching this guy or this girl?
Well, I think Crawford is that guy. I mean, the way he took what's his name apart?
Munguia. Oh no, I'm sorry, Earl Spence.
Spence,
right?
Which surprised me. You know, your eyes can't be all wrong, and you know, the routes to the top can be awfully different, going up the mountain. And
by the way,
some guys will get up there and they'll be too old to reach the top. And some guys will just scramble up there and begin punching the air.
I asked Jim this a while back, and I asked him like, what's his favorite Larry Merchant moment? And he said, when you confronted, Floyd, and if I was 50 years younger, just what is Larry Merchant's favorite moment, if you could think of one?
First, let me tell you my favorite Jim Lampley moment.
Yeah, excellent. That was going to be my next question.
Well,
when Tyson fought,
he has the two glove conquests behind him, etc., etc. He's
when he lost in that monumental upset.
Buster Douglas.
Buster Douglas.
In the great tradition
at the end of the fight,
to
Buster Douglas knocked out Tyson.
Thank you.
And people couldn't believe their eyes, or people who hadn't watched it couldn't believe their ears. Jim just said plainly,
all right,
that was so appropriate for the moment. Mike Tyson has been knocked
Santa Monica
out.
Riyadh season with none other than Jim Lampley,
Who would have
always
thunk
ringside for my whole childhood, growing up for every single
My last one, Larry. What's your favorite piece of memorabilia? I'm sure you had, your house is full of it. You probably lost more than most people will ever have. Just what is there one that sticks out that maybe just special to you personally, like as a kid, or I don't know? So anything like that?
I was never a memorabilia collector, but inadvertently some things, mostly photos, and stuff like that. And I have a photo of me on the set of a show I was doing for the USA Network, and Ali was the guest. And there was Ali in the background while I was trying to do a spiel.
Promoters wouldn't work together to make
Sparring
fights where we always
in the
would say
air
that we didn't get the fight
and
we wanted
laughing.
when we wanted it. And
It's priceless
it
to
seemed like
me.
there was no solution to something
But
like
I
that.
have other
Surprised
things.
at how
And
quickly
I don't.
His Excellency
It's
is able
added up to a kind of
get the
museum
boxing
in my
world.
house.
You got to charge tickets. Larry, appreciate it. It's a pleasure. It's an honor, sir. You're a legend. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy the fights.